If you watched Saltburn and felt like you'd been hypnotized by all the candlelit chaos, luxurious decay, and scandalous aristocratic drama, you're not alone. The internet has been obsessed with that mansion. The creepy corridors, the endless lawns, the golden glow of money that's way too old to care what you think. It almost didn't feel real. But here's the twist. It kind of is. The filmmakers took major inspiration from a real-life estate in England called Cliveden House. And trust us, it has the exact same seductive, mysterious, old money energy. Cliveden is a 17th century country house in Berkshire, surrounded by 376 acres of formal gardens and forest. It's the kind of place where dukes and duchesses used to live, where royals came to party, and where the walls probably know way too many secrets. It's all antique oil paintings, grand staircases, and velvet everything. Basically, if Saltburn had a location tag, it would be Cliveden. And here's where it gets extra juicy. Cliveden isn't just beautiful, it's infamous. In the 1960s, it was the epicenter of the Profumo affair, one of the biggest political scandals in British history. A government minister, a young model, and a possible Soviet spy all tangled up in lies, lust, and yep, that now iconic swimming pool. Saltburn's pool scene, total deja vu. So yeah, the twisted, intoxicating world of Saltburn didn't come out of nowhere. Cliveden House walked so Saltburn could run. And if Cliveden feels like the ultimate aristocratic fever dream, you'll love the rest of these real-life estates. We're diving into 5 more places that serve high society glam, centuries of secrets, and just enough decadence to keep things interesting. Let's go. Number 1. Aynhoe Park, the house that throws wild parties. If Saltburn was a bit too posh for your taste and you want more eccentric millionaire energy, meet Aynhoe Park. This 17th century manor house in Northamptonshire isn't just pretty, it's weird, in the best way possible. Imagine stepping into a house with Roman statues, taxidermy giraffes wearing sunglasses, disco balls hanging from 300-year-old ceilings, and velvet armchairs everywhere. It's like if a rock star inherited an aristocrat's mansion and never looked back. Aynhoe's owners have turned it into a playground for the rich and artsy, hosting fashion shows, private concerts, and celebrity weddings. Despite all the quirks, it still feels classy. There's history in every room, but it doesn't take itself too seriously. That mix of grandeur and cheeky chaos, pure Saltburn energy. Number 2. Castle Howard, the ultimate English fantasy. Castle Howard in North Yorkshire is the kind of place you picture when someone says British aristocracy. It's been around for over 300 years and is still privately owned by the Howard family. The estate is so massive, you need a map just to explore the gardens. Inside, it's all about domed ceilings, oil paintings, and antique furniture that looks too expensive to touch. Outside, you've got statues, fountains, a private chapel, and sweeping views for miles. It's the kind of place where you expect everyone to speak in perfect BBC English and dress in tweed. It's also been used in film and TV, like Brideshead Revisited, another story about obsession, decadence, and aristocratic drama. Sound familiar? Castle Howard has that same haunting beauty, luxurious on the surface, but kind of sad and isolating underneath. Number 3. Planalis House, Irish elegance with ghost stories. Let's hop over to Ireland for a second. Planalis House in County Roscommon might not be as famous as the others, but it absolutely nails that aristocratic but haunted vibe. It's the ancestral home of the O'Connor family, actual descendants of Ireland's last High Kings. Royal much? The house is full of history. Ancient books, swords, faded paintings, and a library that looks like something out of a Gothic novel. There's a calm, old-world charm here, but also just enough spookiness to keep things interesting. Guests have reported creaky floorboards, flickering candles, and rooms that feel a little too quiet. Planalis isn't flashy, it's refined. Think less Versace, more vintage velvet. It gives you that Saltburn feeling, like you're in someone else's world, and you're not sure if you're the guest or the ghost. Number 4. Kinross House, Scotland's lakeside luxe. Kinross House, right on the edge of Loch Leven in Scotland, is what you'd get if Saltburn was set in a Wes Anderson movie. It's symmetrical, stately, and super serene. But don't let the calm fool you. There's plenty of rich drama hiding behind these classical facades. The house was built in the 17th century and recently restored with extreme attention to detail. Every room feels royal, from the velvet curtains to the marble fireplaces. Outside, you've got a view of a literal castle island, no big deal, private gardens, and lots of misty mornings that make everything feel cinematic. It's peaceful on the surface, but it still has that intense, closed-off energy Saltburn fans will recognize. Like, everything's beautiful, but secrets were definitely whispered in those hallways. Number 5. Belvoir Castle, where real-life duchesses live. Last one, but definitely not least, Belvoir Castle in Leicestershire is a real working castle. And yes, a real duchess lives there. Her name's Emma Manners, very posh, and she's turned the family estate into one of the coolest, most extravagant venues in the UK. This place is seriously over the top. Soaring towers, embroidered silk walls, chandeliers bigger than hot tubs. It's old school royalty meets modern luxury. They host everything from shooting weekends to super exclusive events. Think gowns, gossip, and gallons of champagne. If you've ever wanted to walk into a room and feel like you might bump into a ghost, a prince, or a billionaire, Belvoir's your vibe. It's dramatic, over-decorated, and totally extra. In other words, it's perfectly Saltburn. These estates aren't just places to visit, they're stories, layered with history, scandal, beauty, and the kind of money that's too old to brag about itself. Saltburn captured the feeling of being both enchanted and disturbed by wealth. These real-life locations, they live it. Want to visit? Some are hotels, others offer private stays, and a few are still family homes. But all of them will make you feel like you've stepped into another world. One that's gorgeous, mysterious, and maybe just a little dangerous.